If I were an agency where the core value proposition I was giving my customers was you show me the web page and I'll build you the email content from it, I would be terrified. Hello and welcome to the Check with Joseki Tech. My name is Adam Studley. I'm here with my partner, Jared Chase. And today we're going to be reviewing and showing you Klaviyo's new marketing agent.
Yeah, thanks for being with us today. The new marketing agent feature from Klaviyo was introduced just recently at KBOS 2025. It's a new exciting feature that's really looking to deliver efficiencies for CRM teams and then help improve campaign speed to market. Let's dig into it, Adam.
So you may have seen this when you've logged into Klaviyo, but there's now this new marketing agent button. Clicking on that for the first time is going to have it go out and search your website for a couple of minutes and come back with what we're seeing here. So first, it's going to do a summary of your business. And here we've pointed it at our own site. It finds your logo, it finds your brand colors, your font, some tone, and your marketing language. So it did a pretty good job here of finding this. So we'll create that. And now it's going to go and it's going to look at the site. It's going to prepare some recommendations around campaigns that we're missing and things it thinks we can do to be more effective. It will also generate some campaigns. So let's give it a little moment to do that. Okay, it's done the processing and now we're ready to see what it thinks. Okay, so it's suggested for starters an educational campaign. And let's see what it looks like if we just get rolling with that. So we'll see it suggested an audience is, pretty standard set, your 90-day engaged, new subscribers. It wants to send this thing Friday. And let's look at the content. So the overlooked risks in your marketing strategy. Your MarTech gaps be costing more than you think. Diagnosing and bridging your MarTech integration gaps. Big logo. Invest in the right technology stacks, but your tools are truly working together against you. Disconnected systems. Advanced checklists. This all looks really good. I mean, if you go over to our site, and please do, we could use the clicks. This is what we're selling, right? Do a checklist, figure out where your gaps are, get a strategy that makes sense. We got a call to action button, which is going to go right to our MarTech page. That looks pretty good. Let's go. So it's a pretty decent email. And launching this is, launch and off we go. So what are your thoughts, Jared?
I think it's an impressive start to leveraging this type of technology within the Klaviyo product. I would imagine that most people watching this video, most people who are, building and writing copy for campaigns likely have explored with other AI features like a ChatGPT or something similar. And I think having all of that technology in the product itself, where it's investigating your site, right? It has access to your campaign performance, right? And the AI can work harder within your infrastructure. I think it's a really strong sign, right? And so, normal QA measures apply here, right? Like this AI
Absolutely.
feature, came up with an article, it made some recommendations. It's a good start, right? Like give it a QA, make sure it's in line with your goals, but certainly a huge time saver. And I've been impressed with the types of recommendations the product has been making as well.
Yeah, let's look at some of the other recommendations it's got there.
Oh, can you go back to that one though? Because it had
Absolutely.
yeah, it had some nice audiences there, right? So engaged 90 days, recent email subscribers. I don't know if you mentioned that part, but it's important to note that the recommendations are going beyond copy, right? It's also looking at, your audience. It's looking at, past performance of your programs within your infrastructure as well. So, yeah, it's a really nice start.
So looking at some of its other suggestions, it had another educational campaign. Again, it's using the same targeting, advanced analytics, visit Joseki Tech. So it looks like it's going a little deeper. I mean, it's reading each of the pages, a contact us, leading the contact us page. That's pretty smart. So not surprisingly, our site is mostly educational, describing our products. We're not, our services, excuse me. Here's another campaign that's suggested. Oh, it used some of the companies we've worked for as logos up top. That's probably a little questionable. Talking more about analytics and some of the tighter points. The graphics, if you notice, are ones that we're using on our site. So it's really just reusing the copy that you're seeing there
Yeah.
and a general call to action. So again, it's, suggested 3 good campaigns right out of the gate. It's also suggesting a welcome series flow, which we don't have as a test account, so that's not surprising. That's certainly a biggie we should be working on. So it's moving along pretty good. I would say from what I'm seeing with these campaigns, if I were an agency where the core value proposition I was giving my customers was, you show me the web page and I'll build you the email content from it, I would be terrified. I think this is doing a pretty decent job right away, and it's going to just only get better and better and better. So from a agency perspective, I think we have to be making sure that we're focusing on the real longer term, deeper ways that we add value for our customers. So are we pushing CRM strategy? Are we pushing deliverability? Are we pushing all these kind of harder to get to concepts that aren't, the low hanging fruit of your customer is just a little too busy to do the work for themselves? In this case, I think customers more and more are going to find that they can create new campaigns from their content pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think too, it's important to note that the technology's, based on the content in which it can consume, right? And so if the site that, our site is a service-based site, right? Consultancy focused site. It's not going to pull in, specific products or product recommendations, right? Like compared to a product-based company. So I think that's an important distinction. The other thing is to say is that like garbage in, garbage out. If we're feeding, dated site assets into it, it can only be as good as what it's based on. And I do think too that, as a starting point, the content focus is definitely kind of editorial based and kind of list based, 5 tips for XYZ type of approach. And we know lists consistently generally do really well in email. And so, I think it's a good start, Adam, right? Like it's a good start. It is a step in the right direction. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I always find myself quoting Moore's law here, where there's a doubling in processing power every 18 months. And I think AI is really showing that. We're seeing things today that 18 months ago were a bit of a pipe dream. And I think this whole feature they were able to build and launch within a year from what they were saying at the conference. So I do feel like the Klaviyo is going to make some other leaps and bounds next year. I mean, I can't imagine you wouldn't be able to say, here's a specific page, use this page and build the content for me. So we can take our marketing efforts, our time and our money, and let's focus it on generating that content in the first place. Then once we've got it generated, getting it to be a website, getting it to be an email, getting it to be all the different sort of channel specific needs ought to just be click the AI, summarize and format buttons. It should be pretty quick. And I think that'll be just a matter of time before that's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think one other element that I want to make mention of is that in addition to kind of campaigns, we did see the welcome sequence. We didn't dig into it for the purpose of the call, right? But also the tool is providing flow recommendations, not just kind of editorial campaign recommendations, right? And so there was a multi-step welcome sequence that the product recommended with different time intervals for touch 2, touch 3, etc. So yeah, I really think that it's, for Klaviyo customers, this is a product worth exploring for sure. Take it for a spin, load it up, arm it with the right information, and pressure test it and find ways to integrate it into your ecosystem and the production process. I think it's a worthwhile endeavor for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us know if you've had some experience with the tool and what you're finding. And as we learn more, we'll let you know right here. So thanks everyone for joining today.